Good evening, Lee Summit. Hey, it's so good to have you here. Thank you for being a part of this very special evening and sharing your time with us tonight. My name is Steve Arbo, and I'm the city manager for the city of Lee Summit. And we are very fortunate to have this as one of our new places to enjoy and to celebrate being a part of a community. We want to thank B&B Theaters and Josh, our manager, who is working the lights and the videos and those type of things. Speaking of videos, we thought that you could not be able to come into a big, beautiful theater like this with this huge screen behind me without seeing some kind of visual impact, a visual effect. So we are going to start off this evening with a real quick video celebrating Lee Summit, and then I'll introduce Mayor Bill Baird, and he will provide the state of the city to you, and then we'll finish with another quick little video. And then please stay and enjoy the friendship and the connections that we all have been making with each other. So with that, Josh, you want to get our video started, please? Well, it is my honor not only to be the city manager of Lee Summit, but to work with a very engaged and vibrant group of people, the mayor and the city council. And tonight, for the very first time, we will have Mayor Bill Baird bring the State of the City address to the community. Bill is our 42nd mayor of this community, and he has brought his passion, his energy, a vision, and a drive that is really energized all of us at City Hall and everyone who works with him. And it is a great honor and privilege to be able to announce and to present to you Mayor Bill Baird. Mayor.
Wow, thank you. That video was great. The EDC did that video, and thank you for letting us use that tonight. Steve Arbo is our city manager, city administrator you just saw. And I'll tell you that it's only been 6 months and that I've been here, not even that, 5.5 months, but he is as respected in the region as any. So we are fortunate to have such an amazing city manager. And I want to thank you for the productive. Yep. He's made it a very productive and enjoyable first 6 months for me. So we have many elected officials in the room tonight. We have State Representative Rebecca Raber. Thank you for being here. She's right here. Thank you. Teresa Galvin with the Jackson County Legislature. There she is over there. And then I have some fantastic supportive council members here tonight. Thank you for being here and for me and for the community and more. So we have Councilmember Rob Binney here in the front. Councilmember Phyllis Edson. Councilmember Fred DeMoro. Councilmember Bob Johnson. And Mayor Pro Tem Beto Lopez. Wow. You know, standing before you tonight is a proud and thankful and humble mayor. Proud I am of the most spectacular city that I get to represent each day of my life. Humbled by the volume of decisions, the cogs and wheels that are in motion each day that affect all of our lives in order to provide a safe and wonderful city to live and work and play in. I'm proud of the accolades of our shining city that we continue to amass, including one of the 50 best places to live per Money Magazine, one of America's most livable cities by USA Today, one of the best places to raise kids by Business Week, happiest mid-sized city in America by Zippa, one of the fastest growing mid-sized cities in America by Wallet Hub, a National Gold Medal Award winner for our leadership in the solar arena. The list goes on, and when you consider the state and national recognitions of many of the individuals in our community that we've achieved, we are truly phenomenal. Thankful I am for the decades of time and energy, money, collaboration, and passion bestowed upon the city by our predecessors, including but not limited to our past governmental leaders, community patrons, pathfinders, and model citizens that are here tonight. In the spirit of community, they made tough decisions to move the city forward. All of these awards and badges of honor are the harvest that you so deserve, and I thank you, and we are all benefiting from your diligence. I'm honored to be a part of the next generation of difference makers for this community and to be working with such a talented group of council members. We are working together as a collective voice and collective body. We are holding ourselves accountable as well as others that have duties and responsibilities to our community. We are sowing the seeds and preparing for rain. And we look forward to reaping the harvest just as our predecessors have done for us. I'm grateful for the patience and encouragement of my fellow council members, city manager, city employees, and citizens. You've given me as mayor the opportunity to try things anew, from a different perspective and with a different leadership style than those that served before me. I thank the council for the discipline they've shown as they've focused on the agenda before us and made our community proud. I'm amazed by the incredible citizens and stakeholders that make Lee Summit the great city that it is. Our Citizen of the Year. The Citizen of the Year, he continued mentoring, counseling, and leading others while battling for his life against a raging cancer. Rod Hanley's faith, love, and determination are inspirational, and he gives back to our community daily and is now cancer-free. Rod, please stand up. I know that you're here. Rod Hanley. Our city employees have remained loyal and stayed with our community while we have struggled for many years to put together a plan to get them to a pay commensurate with market. With the help of City Council, we're implementing a significant compensation increase at year end with plans for 2 more increases by July 2020 and to get our pay above market. Our employees are far better than average in every way, and they need to be paid better than average. Our employees consist of hometown heroes in the fire department, guardians of the city and the police force, and the pillars of the city and our operations. The pillars of the city are the hundreds of city and park employees that fix our water and sewer lines, maintain our roads, dispatch calls, process and pay our bills, inspect buildings and homes, work with developers and builders, keep our grounds beautiful and clean, and everything in between. They are not face to face with the dangers that the hometown heroes are or the guardians, but they are the foundations and pillars of our great city. And without them, we would crumble. Humbled I am by the faces I've spoken to about the city because no matter the issue, concern, or problem they share, they are accepting and wholeheartedly behind us and believe we can make a difference. With a strong and determined council and an engaged community, we are primed to do great things for our city, to put together a long-term strategic plan that will sustain our high-quality life. With a vibrant economy providing wind to our sails, this is the perfect time to set our course. Speaking of a vibrant economy, the city's tax revenues for fiscal year 2018 were stronger than they've been in quite some time. Property taxes were up 3%. Sales tax revenues 7.75% higher than the year before. Fiscal year 2019 looks just as promising. Sustaining and growing these tax revenues is critical and will largely depend upon Lee Summit's ability to grow, attract, and retain businesses that help us maintain a healthy economy. Sustaining and growing these tax revenues will help us move forward on infrastructure, public safety, and daily operational needs. Fortunately, we're in the midst of this growth cycle, commercially and residentially, with rising tax revenues. However, with the speed of change and the digital disruption that's happening in our economy, we must take action to protect our fiscal growth. With Uber and autonomous vehicles, mobile phones replacing landlines, Netflix and online providers replacing cable, and of course, Amazon.com replacing our brick and mortar sales. We must begin adopting new ways to replace the lost revenues from these economic changes. One way would be a use tax, often referred to as an internet tax. This type of tax will help us adapt to the revolutionary economic environment we are experiencing, as well as protect our vast number of brick and mortar businesses. As a community, this is a discussion we need to begin in the coming months. We had a highly successful year with the airport, extended runway, and new hangars, as well as the 291 South interchange that opens the door for the southern side of Lee Summit. Investment in infrastructure is how we grow, attract, and retain businesses, but also how we keep our citizens safe. We are currently working on replacing the dilapidated 900 square foot fire station on Woods Chapel Road with a Pryor Road, with a state-of-the-art facility. We do still have 2 other fire stations that we need to work on as well. The widening of Pryor Road is a priority, 3rd Street and 50 Highway interchange, and also the 291 North interchange. Prioritizing infrastructure needs for our city supports the vision of our newly appointed Governor Parsons. I have met him personally as he traveled the state to share his vision and top priorities, that being infrastructure and workforce development. His leadership will create an opportunity to partner with the state going forward. Governor Parsons, we share your vision and thank you for your leadership. Our Economic Development Council shares this vision on workforce development. This year, the EDC helped us attract an employer with over 250 jobs, and they will have another significant employer within the next couple of weeks. I'm very excited about that. Yeah. Thank you. You know, these are great celebration moments, But EDC does much more than this. This group looks out for our mid-sized and larger businesses and puts business and our education stakeholders together to develop our workforce. We need to continue our efforts and be the model for the state for workforce development, as our governor has endorsed. The EDC has been working closely with our newest community shareholder, Velocity, a group formed by some of the most passionate, visionary citizens with the most talented and creative business minds. They're incubating, supporting, advising, and mentoring startup and small businesses. The steadiest and most consistent way to create new jobs, a bigger tax base, and a culture of entrepreneurism is to sow the seeds, fertilize and water, and home grow our businesses. Velocity is the right vehicle at the right time. In the same way EDC works with our more established businesses, Velocity is the farm club grooming our next all-stars. Thank you. We have welcomed a new Lee Summit Chamber president in the last few months, and I'm confident he's going to lead our chamber to partner with EDC, Velocity, and more with the same enthusiasm he had in this former community. The downtown Lee Summit Main Street continues to bring hundreds of thousands of people to our beautiful downtown each year with events, celebrations, music, art, and more. The experience of downtown is such an important part of the Lee Summit identity. We continue to market our city in ways that are bringing people from the region to Lee Summit. Day trips to see family members, or maybe to see their doctor, or even to catch a community event are turning into overnight stays. We continue to market to these visitors via a cutting-edge community marketing plan that is data-driven and has other cities calling and begging us to share our secrets. We work with our community partners and are utilizing the data and marketing to not only perfect our branding, but leverage our marketing dollars. We have private businesses partnering with our community marketing. These private-public partnerships are helping our businesses, but they're also maximizing our exposure and brand, and the synergy that we've created is staggering. Lee Summit's blossomed over the years from more than just a bedroom community, with nearly 100,000 citizens and one of the highest median household incomes in the region. The commercial world has taken notice. Our commercial tax base rate is growing at a greater rate than our residential tax base rate. This is a very good statistic. Yes, it is. Yes. What it means is this. It means that we are relying less on our residents to pay for our municipal services. Bringing more regional activity and interstate income to our economy would be a game changer for Lee Summit. We have all the amenities and credentials to bring activity into our city, except for a regional destination. The closest thing we have to a regional destination is our incredible hub of education and healthcare providers. We all know that the reason most people move to Lee Summit is for our schools, for our award-winning schools. But I wouldn't be surprised that the second most cited reason is that they want to move closer to their doctor, or maybe to their employment at one of our esteemed healthcare facilities. I thank our education and healthcare providers for being the stellar organization and amazing community partners that they are. One jewel we have in our city that is a local destination is our downtown. What a great source of pride our downtown is for our community. It's an intricate part of our brand and identity, and most of us showcase it to anyone that comes for a visit, whether it's personal or business. We need to build on the greatness of that local destination and turn it into a regional destination. The city is prepared to invest in our downtown for a farmers market and pavilion in partnership with the Downtown CID. But there is greater opportunity in our beautiful downtown than just a farmers market and pavilion. If we allow a spirit of community to guide us, we can create a district that provides an experience like no other in the Midwest. Yep. If we bring all community shareholders, partners, stakeholders, businesses, and citizens to the table in one great cooperative partnership, we can create a place so genuine that our out-of-state visitors will want to come back every year for decades to come. I'm going to be having discussions with council and stakeholders in the next few months about just how great of a regional destination we can make our downtown district. As I mentioned before, our first-rate healthcare providers provide the perfect venue for our city to be regionally known as a most healthy city. A community or city's health can be defined in many ways, but to be the healthiest and safest city in Missouri, we need to work collectively to create a public health initiative to keep our community continually focused on mental, physical, and spiritual health. And to be sure our citizens have a keen awareness on the resources to help our friends, neighbors, and loved ones. One of my proudest moments in my public service was my tenure on the Lee Summit School Board. It was a difficult chapter for the school and community, but a spirit of community brought everyone together, and we moved forward on a brighter path. As mentioned, our great education system is a primary reason for our citizens choosing to make Lee Summit their home. I couldn't be more excited about fostering and nurturing the relationship between the city and all of our schools. We have been blessed with the option of extraordinary private and public school systems. The collective power of partnering with our educational systems has been drastically underutilized. We can change that. A great example is the partnership between the Longview College and the Lee Summit Park and Rec in the recent acquisition of the Rec Center. Our current superintendent of schools for LSR 7 is a person of collaboration and with great vision. He's helping us grow and become a proactive and better community. The City Council is currently in discussions regarding putting together a comprehensive long-term strategic plan initiative that engages our citizens and stakeholders. A strategic plan done hand in hand with our citizens and community partners will help us identify and understand differing values and priorities, various alternatives and consequences, and the perceptions of benefits and risks. Community engagement takes considerable time and planning, but the benefits are paramount when done with integrity and sincere authenticity. Here's what I hope will come out of this. I'd like to see a plan to provide consistent and effective communications involving a broad group of citizens and organizations to improve collaboration and diversity of thought, and to assist citizens in understanding public issues and governmental decision-making. An engaged and empowered community will facilitate and greatly influence or greatly enhance a culture of collaboration. It's going to draw out hidden talent in our community for government and organization leadership positions, and it's going to ensure the best decision-making for our great city in the decades to come. We want to know your voice. We want you to know that your voice matters. We want to hear from you. So please show up, mail, email, comment, or click to give your input so that we may set our best course. Who among you will step up and help us make important decisions in our community? Who will serve our community? Because this is my call, or our call, to you. We may not always agree on everything, but that's all right. We can still do great things together. The famed runner Steve Prefontaine was quoted as saying, "To give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift." If you have never done something at the city level before, but you have the talent and abilities to help our city on the strategic plan, or on a committee, or by filling out a survey, or by showing up to a town hall meeting, we want you to give us your best and not sacrifice your gifts. We gladly welcome your gifts and appreciate them. I'd like to ask everyone in the audience and anyone watching, I think we're on Facebook Live, I'd like to ask you one thing. I'd like to ask that you expand the spirit of community that resides among us today. It's the same emotional connection between our city and our people who view Lee Summit as a sanctuary from the stressful demands of everyday life. It's the same emotional connection that compels neighbors to do small but responsible things to help make life better for everyone who calls Lee Summit home. It's the same emotional connection that nurtures and energizes relationships in business or on a sports team where you all have a common goal. Together, in a spirit of community, we can create a bond that will help us achieve more together. I began my comments tonight by speaking to the accolades that our city has received at the national level. We should celebrate the recognition. But I believe the best is yet to come. To those that think we are doing just fine, I agree, we are. We're doing quite well. But we have talents we have not yet harnessed. We have potential we have not tapped. We have resources we have not fully utilized, and we have landmarks we have not yet achieved. The world has not seen our best yet. To those of you here that are living the dream and doing all you can to make a difference, reach out. Reach out to someone you know that is unstoppable and relentless, and ask them to help us achieve our community goals. In the spirit of community, give your talents to our upcoming strategic plan. In the spirit of community, cast away any reservations you have and lend us your talents on a city committee. In the spirit of community, come together so that we may create a regional destination. In the spirit of community, come forward and get involved in the Chamber, EDC, Velocity, Rotary, Optimist, PTA, Church, Hope House, Prodeo, Hillcrest, Social Services, Lee Summit Cares, or any of another multitude of opportunities we have in our community to give back. You see, Steve Prefontaine, he believed that if you are not fully utilizing the talent and greatness within you, you are sacrificing the gift bestowed upon you. And the same goes for our community. If we are not embracing and maximizing the talents, gifts, and resources we have in our community, we have not yet reached our potential. There is greatness in this city, and in the spirit of community, we will embrace it and be the best we can be. If we expand and let flow our spirit of community, anything is possible, and our best is yet to come. I'm honored to be your mayor. Thank you. I assure you, this community is going to get my best. Please come join us on the journey to the celebrations of tomorrow. Thank you all. I'll see you out front.